picking up where we left off last video. I got the bike together, wheels are on. So what I got left, I got to get the radiator on, which I'm going to do today. I got to finish up the grips. I got the choke on. I've got the clutch is good. I got to do the throttle, and I got to finish up the speedometer. Got all the wiring hooked up. What else? I got the spark plugs. I got to hook up the coil and the spark plugs. That should be easy. I got the ignition hanging because I'm gonna replace that. I got the new exhaust on, and got the license plate holder. I made that. Got that on with a light. I got to wire that. I just put a horn on. The old horn was a lot bigger. I don't really need a big horn, so I mounted it there. That's about it. So doesn't seem like much, but I got some time into wiring. This is the speedometer stuff. I gotta wire into the speedometer, and I gotta finish up the headlight. It's got the headlight wires and also the blinkers and all that kind of stuff. Throttle, hand control. So let me get this radiator on, and we'll see how it looks. So I'm trying to make a hanger to hang this muffler off of this. I think that's the only thing I can do. This is just to keep the clutch from springing back. So I made these pieces. Got this little bracket here that'll attach to the muffler. I've got this rod that'll get welded to that, and then a little clamp that I can put onto this battery plate, and that should hold the muffler pretty nice. Right now it's just loose, comes off, but I got a clamp for that, and once I get this hanger, I don't have to worry about it vibrating and breaking off. So I'm gonna weld this up. And I got it all welded and installed. Muffler's nice and solid now. Clamped in the front. This is not going to be in the way of the battery, and I'm going to leave it metal because I just think it kind of looks cool. And if it starts rusting, I'll paint it or something. Alright, so I gave up on that speedometer, the digital speedometer. There's a few things that I just couldn't figure out how to wire, so I made a bracket for the old lunchbox speedometer, and I'm going to put that on. I pulled these back through the frame to connect to that. Had to rewire the horn. There was also a connector here that was really brittle and fell apart, so I was trying to find the original one. And you know, you got to get the whole part, and it's expensive. So I just wired this connector in. That's for the Hall sensor, and I think the wiring is basically done. This is for some like accessory stuff that I don't need. And I got a new control panel here because I broke the starter button and had to get the whole thing. So I'm going to put the speedometer on with the new bracket, get the headlight back on, and I think the wiring is pretty much complete at that point. Yeah, I don't love the speedometer, but it works. Headlight looks great. Brackets look great. All the wiring's done. all the controls work. I gotta bleed the brakes. But at least this will all work. The odometer's broken, but everything else should work. So I also ended up getting these new handlebars on. The most handlebars are 7/8 inches and BMW are 22 millimeter. So 7/8 is actually 22.225 millimeters, I think. So I had to sand the ends down to fit these on. These aren't really that adjustable. They really have to fit 22 millimeters. So I sanded those down, got those on, and I think it's looking pretty good. They're a little bit wider than the old ones, which the old ones were pretty narrow. So these should feel better. I mounted the ignition switch under here. So just a simple switch, no accessories. So I had to get into this box here and put it down there, but it's nice and hidden. I thought I was going to put it on the other side, but there just wasn't enough clearance, so this works good. I'm going to attach these coils and spark plugs. I'm going to make sure they're in the right order. All right, the bike's back together. Working on the wiring this morning. I had the high beam and low beam switched, so I fixed that. I think I had the wrong wire for the one right blinker. So most of it's working, and let's take a look. So it's all together. Got the wiring done. Haven't figured out quite the ignition yet, but I turn it on. Everything's working. Headlights working. The right blinker is doing good. The rear is doing good. Cancel that. The right seems to be, oh, there it goes. It's working. Sometimes it stops though. So that one's working too. Yeah, see, it stops. It's like intermittent. It will crank over, but I don't hear the fuel pump going, so I think something's wrong with the fuel pump. Or maybe it's wired incorrectly, but everything else seems to be working. Tail lights came out nice. Brake light works. Little light on the license plate. Brakes are all good. That's about it. So it's the only things I got left are bleeding the front brakes, and I think the clutch is good, but I might have to adjust that and just figure out why the fuel pump's not working. So I'm going to end this video here. This has been an amazing project. So hopefully I can figure those couple things out. In the next video we'll pick up and we'll get it started and take it for a ride. Thanks for watching.